We are just 4 days away from Star Wars Celebration, which is said to be the time and place of the official debut of the teaser trailer and the title reveal by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one great thing about Episode 9 by J.J. is that we do know that he is going all out with this movie and is really going out with a bang in order to end the Skywalker saga in a very satisfying way for a majority of Star Wars fans around the world. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it all comes down to various concept art descriptions involving the second and third acts of the movie, involving characters like Kylo Ren and Rey, and a whole lot more. Now, what's really interesting about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of Rey inside of a cave, levitating Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber and dividing it into 3 different pieces, with the kyber crystal floating in front of her face, while her eyes are closed. It's described that during the sequence, there are many blue orbs flying around Rey that are said to be majestic insects. Another goes over a sequence based within the third act of the film, in both of which both Rey and Kylo Ren are inside of their starfighters, where it's described that Kylo is chasing Rey through debris of a falling Star Destroyer. It's said that Kylo is shooting at Rey, disabling one of her engines on what appears to be an E-wing of some kind. Another of which describes Rey force pushing 3 Knights of Ren into the sky on a large battlefield while she has Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber ignited in the other hand, with Kylo seen in the distance sprinting toward Rey with his lightsaber also ignited. It's said to be the beginning of the lightsaber duel within the third act of the movie. Now, glimpses of Kylo Ren described to be repairing a part of his lightsaber hilt, where it's said that the cracked kyber crystal can be seen for the very first time on film. It's said to be inside Kylo Ren's chambers, where he attempts to repair his unstable lightsaber. It's unclear if he will be successful. The last goes over a sequence in which Kylo throws his lightsaber toward a group of Resistance fighters like a boomerang, instantly killing what's said to be 4 soldiers that are attempting to take over the trenches of the First Order headquarters. So I want to go over a couple of parts about all of this and as to why this seems like it's really going to be quite an amazing ride in the second and of course the third act of the film. First things first, I want to go over Kylo Ren attempting to repair his lightsaber, right? Now, we do know that there is something underlying here within the actual hilt of his saber, and that is, of course, the cracked kyber crystal. That's exactly why it makes that iconic noise, and why it also has that iconic look to it, where it looks like a fiery red lightsaber, is because it's unstable, because it's all cracked. So the kyber crystal is going to be seen for the very first time in this movie, where we actually get to see Kylo Ren working on his hilt, attempting to repair it, giving us a direct parallel to that of what Luke Skywalker was trying to do, or was doing, in, of course, the deleted scene of Return of the Jedi inside of the cave. So with that being said, what's really intriguing to me about all of this is that this also introduces more kyber crystals coming into play here for Episode 9. We do know that Disney and Lucasfilm, has a main priority in, of course, the new Star Wars movies, is, of course, to get the casual fans very much, pretty much informed on exactly how a saber works, and exactly what really powers a lightsaber, and what really makes it work entirely. That leads us to the other one that I also want to go over, in which Rey is actually said to be inside of a cave where a lot of blue orbs are flying around her that are said to be these majestic insects. Now, this was a scene that was actually supposed to be in The Last Jedi that will also now be inserted into Episode 9 and altered and modified in a different way by J.J. Abrams, in which she is levitating Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber and dividing it into multiple different pieces, where the blue kyber crystal can be seen floating in front of her face while her eyes are closed. So this is without a doubt what we went over a couple of days ago and connected to that Anakin Skywalker scene in which Rey hears voices of Anakin reaching out to her as she meditates. This most likely is the same exact sequence, something very similar, of course, in which Rey is meditating inside of a cave. Now, the other one that I do want to go over that really does, tell us that J.J. Abrams is trying to make Kylo Ren an even more ruthless character in this film, and a very evil character that's going to be very intimidating, a whole lot more than Darth Vader, is when he actually launches his red lightsaber, his crossguard, throws it like a boomerang toward a total of, I think, 3 to 4 Resistance troopers / fighters that instantly get killed on the battlefield of course, the First Order, where they're attempting to take over the trenches of course, the First Order headquarters. So you can see how all these different action pieces and the different Jedi lore elements in Episode 9 really are going to satisfy a lot of hardcore fans around the world. Now, the last one that I do want to go over really does, tell me that they're trying to bring back these elements of the prequels, and that is, of course, starfighter space fight sequences. So this brings me back to Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, where Obi-Wan is being chased by, of course, Jango Fett. Now we have Kylo Ren chasing Rey through debris of a downed Star Destroyer in space, heading toward the surface of a world, or a planet, if you will. This brings us way back to Attack of the Clones, where, like I say, Kenobi's getting chased by Jango, where now in this scenario, Rey is getting chased by Kylo. I love this. We haven't seen a moment like this in the longest time that J.J. Abrams will now be bringing back into the equation for this movie. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.